The most brutal Hells Angels murder. The Hells Angels are a famous motorcycle group known for their involvement in violence and illegal activities. The Hells Angels did something really shocking and brutal. They committed a murder that was especially memorable among all the bad things they've done. In today's video, we will discuss a serious crime, we will examine what occurred, and how it impacted the group involved. The Hells Angels are a tough group, known for being violent and scary. They make criminals and others afraid. The German Hells Angels are a big and strong group within the organization, known all around the world. Even though they are called an illegal motorbike gang, they have been very determined and strong in growing their control over different areas. Their participation in global drug smuggling has made people see them as a very dangerous criminal group. The Hells Angels are a big group that operates in many countries. They have chapters in different places, which makes them a strong and widespread threat. Their skill of finding ways around the law and avoiding getting caught has made them even more mysterious and influential. The Hells Angels have had a lot of fights with other gangs, especially the Mongols. These fights have made people see them as a strong group. The fights that happen at events like the Land River Run and the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally show how dangerous and serious their rivalry is. They are known for being very aggressive and violent, often using weapons and extreme acts of violence during confrontations, which has made people very afraid of them. Police force all over the world have had a hard time stopping crime and breaking up criminal groups. It is hard for authorities to collect evidence and find witnesses against them because their community is close and they keep secrets. Additionally, the Hells Angels can operate freely because they have a lot of money from illegal activities, which makes it difficult to hold them accountable. A really bad murder happened in Hamburg, Germany, and it made everyone there really scared and upset. Danny, the person who was hurt, was part of a group called the Hells Angels. They're a secret group known for following rules about being proud and honorable. When Danny was treated badly or hurt, the club had a rule that said he should fight back, which often caused more fighting. The important day was around May 6th when a very dangerous shooting happened in the Loganhorn neighborhood. What started as a group of friends who loved bikes and adventure turned into a terrible situation of betrayal and violence. The person who did this terrible thing was actually a friend of mine named Harry Fees, also a member of the Hells Angels. The news that a close friend was responsible for a very violent murder shocked and saddened the close Hells Angels community. The situation became even more serious because Danny's son was there and saw the scary event. A kid had to see his dad die in a really sad way because of the dangerous life his dad had. Now the kid has to deal with the emotional pain from the experience, which will always affect him. The tragedy became even sadder when the person accused Harry F. ended his own life. After doing the terrible thing, he did something desperate that made the situation even more confusing. Now his friends, family, and fellow Hells Angels are trying to understand what happened and are scared by the idea of a violent murder-suicide. The worst Hells Angels murder is a strong reminder of the dangers and consequences of being part of that group. It shows the not so good part of a group of brothers who usually value loyalty and friendship, but also have a lot of violence, grudges, and betrayals. The police are looking into this scary incident. It shows that people who join the Hells Angels and choose life of crime and violence can face serious consequences. The really bad killing in the Hells Angels group made them very sad and upset. The incident showed how dangerous it can be to be in a gang. It reminded us that gang members often face risky situations. One important thing after the event was that the gang didn't seek revenge right away, even though they were known for doing so. Instead, it seems like there was no obvious signs of revenge, which could mean that the argument that led to the murder might have been resolved between the people involved. It suggested that the gang has its own set of rules for handling certain issues, which they handle among themselves without writing them down. But even without a clear grudge, the shooting showed how easily life can be threatened in the Hells Angels community. The consequences of a violent act affected everyone, making them question their own weaknesses and the risky nature of their chosen way of life. The community felt sad and thoughtful. It made them think about themselves and realize the bad things that can happen when they are connected to the Hells Angels. In the past, there were conflicts and fights between rivals. The fight between the Hells Angels and the Mongols has been going on for a long time. It has happened in many countries and has caused a lot of violence and chaos. These two biker gangs have been fighting for a long time, each trying to be in charge and control their areas. And illegal activities like selling drugs and getting money through threats in Hamburg, where they have intense conflicts. Tensions often lead to violent retaliations. The city has seen some scary events where the fighting between between the Hells Angels and the Mongols has caused violence and confusion. In 2016, something really scary happened. A person from the Mongol MC named Arash R and his girlfriend got shot in their apartment. Many people thought that the Hells Angels were seeking revenge because of past fights between the two groups. In 2018, something bad happened in Hamburg. Darius F., who was part of a group called Hells Angels, got shot while driving his fancy car near the military stadium. Arash R was arrested and convicted of attempted murder after causing serious injuries in the attack. These events show how serious the competition is between the Hells Angels and the Mongols, and how some members are ready to do whatever it takes to protect their honor and get back at those they feel have disrespected them. As the investigation into the recent shooting between Danny and Harry continues, it's important for the police to closely watch the growing tensions between the two groups. There is always a risk of more fighting, so we need to keep working to keep the peace and stop the criminals involved in these rival groups in Hamburg streets. There are reminders of past fights between the Hells Angels and the Mongols. It's important to find a solution to prevent more lives from being lost in this ongoing conflict. Difficulties in reducing violence. Law enforcement agencies face big challenges when trying to stop the violent activities associated with the Hells Angels. It's hard to track and catch the gang because they have chapters in many different countries. The close community and strong loyalty among its members make it difficult for investigators and witnesses to get information. Additionally, the Hells Angels' participation in global criminal activities, particularly drug smuggling, helps them stay hidden and avoid getting caught by the police. Their illegal activities give them a lot of money, which makes it hard for the police to completely stop their criminal groups. It's really hard to shut down the Hells Angels because their gang culture is deeply rooted and keeps them going. The organization's past and reputation make people want to join, so it keeps going even when things go wrong. Sometimes, as long as people are attracted into the outlaw lifestyle, the Hells Angels will probably keep existing. This makes it hard for law enforcement to stop their violent and criminal actions. Conclusion: the worst Hells Angels murder shows the bad side of this well-known motorcycle gang. They are known as a dangerous group in the criminal world because they are involved in selling drugs across borders and have violent fights with other gangs. The ongoing fight with the Mongols makes these outlaw motorcycle clubs more dangerous and violent. It's really important for the police to keep trying to stop these gangs and make sure their members face consequences, even though it's really hard to make things better and keep society safe from these bad groups. We need to work together with other countries and investigate them carefully. That's it for the video today. We'll be back soon with more. Remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.